Welcome to another episode of StuTube. It's January 28th, and today I have a lot to talk to you guys about with the Bitcoin price, as well going to dive into Ethereum a little bit, and some altcoin breakouts. So with that, if that sounds good to you guys, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and with that, let's get it. Alright, starting things off here looking at my 4-hour Bitcoin chart, and you guys remember that my last couple videos I've been pointing out this falling wedge between these purple lines here, and as well I believe I had this green box mapped out as well, which turns out we're still respecting beautifully. I want to go into another potential pattern. Let's just say that we aren't actually in this wedge formation. Another pattern I just happened to look at is we could be in some sort of a perfect asymmetrical triangle, something like that, guys. So here we have, I'm going to count this all as one touch point, two touch points, and along the bottom we have our 1, 2, 3. So I would ideally like to see us test the top of this triangle once more before breaking out and retesting as a support flip and going up from there. But even if it remains as this wedge, kind of the same thing, you guys, I would still be looking for another touch point ideally, and then a break above and getting that resist to support flip and carry on from there. One thing I want to point out, instead of going for a total measured move, the height of this, let's say if we are to break out somewhere around there, our price target would be somewhere around $46,000. That's just ballparking, guys, depends where we break out of this resistance line. But another way I would be looking for potentially finding a profit point so let's just use the bottom of that asymmetrical triangle that I was looking at and just turn it into a bit of a parallel channel. I would not be surprised if we break above this purple line that we would end up testing the top of this channel and possibly coiling up in this much larger range for a much larger time frame. I don't necessarily think that has to happen, because sometimes when these trends go absolutely parabolic, I mean, if we just, let's say we zoom out to the daily chart here, you guys can see that this is the longest type of consolidation we've had in a while now. But doesn't that just look like a beautiful bull flag to you? I mean, even if we had that other triangle I was talking about, I mean, to me that just screams bull flag in my opinion. Doesn't necessarily have to happen. Of course, we could break to the downside just as easily and maybe test some of these lower levels of support, something like that. But we're just going to have to see how the trend plays out from here, guys. Overall, I'm not leaning as bearish as a lot of people are. I still am very bullish in the long term. And even in the short term, I don't necessarily think we're going to get that big pullback to 27, 28,000 like a lot of people are anticipating. I'm going to jump back over to my 4-hour chart. I know just with my trade buddies in our group chat, I had pointed out that I was kind of looking for a bit of a double bottom, just looking at this kill zone here on these previous bottom here. And that's exactly what we got, guys. And if we bring back my indicators here, the RSI, you can see that we broke this downward sloping trend line, which had a whole bunch of touch points and even got that bit of a support flip as well. We also have this double bottom with a bullish divergence going on with this green line here. And as well, in my previous videos, I was talking about as soon as the RSI is touching my oversold territory, this green horizontal line in here, that we were just quite often just bouncing, getting a beautiful bounce point from that oversold conditions when on the 4-hour, and that's exactly what it looks like could be happening right now. Even my momentum indicator, you can see here it has flipped bullish and got back above its resistance as well. If I go way back on the indicator here, where I called the bottom here on that one trade, we also had a bullish pivot point there with our oversold conditions on the 4-hour, and we have not had a bearish pivot point on this indicator. And of course, I don't just go off one indicator, and most of you guys don't have this indicator. I can't even remember where I got it. I had to pay for it though, but I just love it. It's just called momentum directional indicator or something like that. But anyways, That's besides the point. It is flashing some bullish signals at me, and I don't want to take that too lightly because I have been, if you guys have been following along the last few weeks or even longer, you guys know I've been very bullish for a long time now, and I'm not about to change my tune just because we're having this consolidation period. And a lot of people are looking at this as more of a descending triangle. But just the way those wicks are and stuff like that, guys, I really do think this is more of a continuation pattern. And I think it is just a bullish falling wedge. Now that we have this beautiful double bottom, I mean, I'm just as bullish as I ever was. I am in a trade right now. If I jump over to my 15-minute chart here, you can see that I had mapped out this parallel downward sloping channel here, and we did break above that and even got our perfect retest here. My average entry on my position ended up being, I believe it was around 31.9K. And you can see I've taken profits along the way here, including just before starting this video. I wanted to make sure I at least lock in some profits and update my stop losses. All I can do on this position at this point is lock in some more profits. So just going to let it ride, because if we do end up breaking out of this wedge and we just end up going and testing new all-time highs again, I mean, I would love to keep this position open if I can. Again, I'm at no risk keeping it open, and even if we get some sort of a pullback, depending what the structure looks like on a smaller time frame, I may end up adding to my position again, but we're going to have to see how that plays out. Next up, I want to take a look at Ethereum on the 4-hour chart. And I've been pointing out this channel as well for a while now, between these purple lines, and you can see here that I even had this this micro downward sloping channel with these red lines. We have broken out of that, and right now we're kind of testing, trying to break out from there, getting a bit of support here, but I mean, we're going to have to see how that goes. If we do take another run up here, I know a lot of people are going to be looking at speculating on shorting at the top of this range, because I'm not the only one watching this range. But one thing to consider is this will be, well, try number 4 at all-time highs. I mean, it's only a matter of time until, in my opinion anyways, until Ethereum has some sort of a blue sky breakout, which I know I've been talking to you guys about in previous videos. But I think at some point we're going to break out of this channel and probably get some sort of a retest and absolutely explode from there, and that's where I think it'll end up doubling its price and maybe even further, kind of doing what Bitcoin did when it took its few runs at 20K and finally broke out, right? It got pretty explosive, and I would expect nothing less from Ethereum and also altcoins, which is very exciting. I'm going to take a look at Ethereum on a closer level here. You can see same thing. I had mapped out this downward sloping channel between the red lines, and I've made this bit of a green support box just where we've been trading the last little bit, and as well it's sitting on top of old resistance over here, just kind of this little bit of a trade range here. So just a level of interest for me, and you can see that, yeah, we got some sort of a triple bottom here, and my momentum indicator as well. You can see it found support bang on its old resistance, so that's great to see. So yeah, all in all, everything's looking pretty healthy. Ethereum entering a new position right now would be a little scary in my opinion, but I mean, we're gonna have to see what happens, just because I know the market has been a little bit bearish lately. So we'll have to watch out for any signs of rejection, but all in all, we did break out of this downward sloping channel, and like I said, if we end up testing the top of this channel again, I think there's potential to absolutely explode. So I'm quite bullish on the market, you guys. And last but not least, I want to point out Verge, because I know I pointed out this pattern to you guys the other day, and this is on a weekly time frame, guys. So this dates back all the way to August of 2018. This is Verge XVG, I believe. Yeah, XVG versus Bitcoin, guys. So not against the US dollar, this is against Bitcoin. And it's been coiling up in this pattern for quite a while now. And yeah, to me, it just looks like it's ready to explode. You can see right now it's trying to have a bit of a breakout, and even if it comes back and does a bit of a retest, I think there is potential for some large moves here, because being this is a weekly pattern, I mean, you can see when we start testing old levels of resistance, I mean, those are large percents, guys. So something to consider is Verge might be getting real volatile here, and we're going to have to keep an eye on that as well. I am holding a little bit of it just in case this does happen to take off explosively like that. But again, guys, you know, I'm very anal about risk management and that sort of stuff. So obviously it's a very small percentage of my portfolio that I have in this, especially because I don't really give a shit about the project, right? I'm just looking at the technicals and I like this pattern. So that's kind of my thoughts. Anyways, guys, if you appreciate this content, give me a thumbs up and give me a subscribe. Share this video with a friend if you find it helpful. And leave me some comments down below, what you like, what you dislike, what you agree with, and all that sort of stuff, guys. And other than that, I think I've rambled on long enough, so stay safe, my friends. Enjoy your weekend. If I don't come on and make another video, I'm hoping I probably will at some point this weekend. We'll have to see what I get up to. I got a little bit of house renovations, we'll call them, a couple things that need fixing and that sort of stuff, so I might be tied up, but I'll try and get a video to you guys. Anyways, with that, stay safe, my friends. Peace out.